Hey guys, my name is Harry Madison. I'm here at BOTE Warehouse right now doing some maintenance on inflatables. There's a couple things that happen when a board is left unattended in heat or sun, and then things happen like bubbles in the padding being lifted up, as well as seams busting. But today I want to show you the materials that I'll be using in some cases to maintain your board in case something happens. So this thing that you have is a repair kit. It's pretty much everything you need in here. Of course, I brought my own stuff in case things get worse and I need more stuff. But here's the things you'll need. The glue, super important, which is what I use as well. You need glue. You need the patches, of course, that comes with it. A couple of these C-clamps. Need some hard metal. You can use some wood as well if you have a seam repair. I'm going to do a repair on a screw that was over tightened on some of these attachments, so which is pretty common, especially when you're in a hurry. You want to tighten down your stuff and you use the wrong screw. And some of the stuff that I use as well is acetone and scraper. All right, so we'll start off with the accessory mounting attachment. You can either use it with the paddle sheath or the sand spear sheath. A lot of times you might be in a hurry and use the wrong screws. There's two different sizes, and you might use the long screws that come in and put it for the sand spear sheath. Totally wrong. So once you do that and you tighten it down, you bust through the inflatable. So what I'll show you right now is how to take apart the mounting attachment, and it's not super hard and it's not super easy, so I'll probably give that 1 out of 10 probably a 6, 7. You can do it on your own, but you have to have a few things that are super important. Heat gun, a sharp scraper that I kind of sanded down so it can be almost really sharp and cutty, and some acetone. All right, so what I usually do is I'll heat up, and this is a good point. Anytime you leave anything out in the sun for a short period of time, this is what I use to undo seams, undo attachments, undo padding. So heat is no good for these inflatables, so be cautious of how long you leave it out in the sun. So what I'll do is I'll heat it up. And the trick about this thing is you don't want to melt the attachment. So there's a trick of just timing and feel. I've done it so many times that I just kind of know. So kind of look out for that. Don't leave it on the same spot for a long period of time. So I'll get it nice and hot. I'll get my scraper. And you got to get a real flat edge on it and just go under it. And start it. Sometimes it gets off easy, but a lot of times it'll be tricky. All right, so I get a little bit off, as you can see. And what I'll do is I'll get some acetone and a syringe. And use some of this acetone to get under it. Which will release the glue a little bit better for you to get the scraper back under it. A little bit of pressure. There you go. So I've got 2 of them. And the whole idea of why you have to take this off is you got to add a patch to it. And then you have to reapply and glue it again. I know a lot of people out there I've seen say just pour a bunch of glue down it and hopefully it'll clog up the hole, but not the best idea of doing it. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. All right, once you take the attachment off, what you want to do is get one of the out of your repair kit. Get you one of these out of there. It doesn't matter which color it is because it doesn't really have to do with color because you'll have to seal the hole as well. So you get one of these patches, take the attachment and just draw outside of what it is. It doesn't, like I said, it doesn't have to be pretty because it won't be seen. Take that apart. Boom. You got a little circle. Grab a pair of scissors and of course just cut around it. Doesn't have to be a perfect circle, just enough to where you're going to seal the hole where the screw went through. All right, so I've got a patch that I cut through. Now what I want to do is put it over the patch, put it over the hole. You get the glue that came with your kit. And my rag will be, oh, hold on a second. Always have a rag. All right, so what you want to do, get you some acetone and wipe the area as well as your patch. Get any grease or anything off it. You do not have to sand it, but you do have to take any areas left over from your attachment. Sometimes you have little black marks from scraping the attachment off that's left on it. But so once I've had that done, I use the glue that comes with your kit and apply the glue on both surfaces, just a light amount, don't overdo it. For time's sake, I'm just going to use my finger because it feels cool. All right. Once I got that done, I'll wait a few minutes for the glue to tack. It usually takes about 1 or 2 minutes, so I'll let it tack for a few minutes. And once I have that done, for time's sake, say I did it, I'll put another layer of glue on it, maybe lighter. I just like to know that I got it fully covered. Once I have it, I place the patch over the hole where the attachment went. And this is a 2-step process, so I have to make sure that the hole is repaired first before I add my attachment. Two flat pieces of metal or a 2x4 goes over the hole. And sometimes what I'll do is use this as a brace for the patch. So I'll put that, I'm not gluing it, I'm just using it to hold down the patch itself. This is what you'll need. C-clamp. And you got plenty of working time, so don't have to fret. Just make sure you do a clean job. Because if you do a clean job, you have less work to do when you get it done. Should have got a bigger one. So once you get it clamped down, gotta let it dry for 12 to 24 hours. I'll let it dry for 24 hours before I come check it. But I have yet to find one that has a leak in it. If you do it right and correctly, you're good to go.